Hi there, welcome to this class. I'm Yaro Suleiman Bawa, and this is another series of my isometric drawing class. So today we'll be drawing a step, and as you can see, the first step is to draw a horizontal line and draw a vertical line to bisect the horizontal line. Okay, so you have to just follow the steps one after the other. So this is step one of the first part. So this class will be divided into two parts. One will be drawing a box, while another part will be cutting out our main diagram. So for the first step, we've done that. Now for the second step you have to place your protractor and mark 30 degrees to both sides. Okay, so let's mark it to both sides just like I'm doing right now. Okay, now the next step is for you to join the 30-degree line with the intersection of the vertical and horizontal line to both sides. Okay, you can see the step there. Okay, so what I'm trying to do here now is to complete the box. Remember, this is the first part of the class, and the first part is for you to draw a box. Now, for more details on how to draw a box in isometric drawing, you can check in the link in the description the description for the video below. You can just click it and watch my other video on how to draw a box in isometric drawing. And so for the next part, you have to mark out 6 centimeters on the vertical line. Afterwards, you have to transfer the horizontal line below to the vertical line you marked out 6 centimeters on. So you'll be doing that to the 6th centimeter mark. Okay, so you can see, so very nice and easy. Now you have to repeat step 2, and that means you have to place your protractor on that horizontal line you just drew on the 6th centimeter mark. You have to place your protractor there and mark 30 degrees to both sides, just the way you did for the bottom horizontal line. So we've gradually come to the end of the first part of the class. Now the target is for you to complete the block by transferring the necessary lines from one point to another. And again, so to learn how to transfer lines from one point to another in the in isometric drawing easily, check the link attached to this video for my video on how to improve your speed in isometric drawing and transfer lines from one point to another. That particular video is completely dedicated to improving your speed by using shortcuts and techniques in isometric drawing. So please don't forget to check out those videos. They are attached to this video. Just check in the description below. So as you can see, I'm still trying to transfer horizontal line from the bottom part to the top part. Since I've drawn the top part to my protractor with my ruler protractor, So the target is to do a replica of what I've done already at the top, using the right specifications to the right length. So very nice, and as you can see, I've almost completed the box there, and we are coming to the end of the first part. Now the box you are drawing, note that it's a square, or let's say cube. And so for the next step, you have to mark 20 centimeter on the rear, on the left hand rear elevation. Sorry, 2 centimeter, not 20. 2 centimeters on the left hand side rear elevation. As you can see, I'm still trying to mark on that 2 centimeter close to the main vertical line there. Okay, now it's time to work on our plan. So the plan is the top part of the diagram. So you have to mark out 2 centimeter on the plan, just like I did. So you have to place your ruler, mark out 2 centimeters. Now the initial 30-degree line I drew wasn't up to 6 centimeters. That's why I'm extending it. So I'll transfer my main vertical line to the new point that will make my 30-degree line 6 centimeters. So remember, it's a cube, so all the length will be equal. Since all the length are equal, it will be 6 centimeters for both the horizontal and for the vertical lines. Okay, very nice and easy. You can see that I've extended the diagram from the initial point to the new one. So I'm trying to erase off the error I made earlier. So finally we've come to the second part, since we've gotten our block. So for the second part, step 4, place a ruler on the vertical line and measure 2 centimeters. So this is how the plan looks before we start proper work on it. Remember, you have to measure 2 centimeters on the block. So once you measure your 2 centimeters on the block, you have to draw to transfer any of the horizontal line and just draw a straight line across that 2 cm line on the plan. So bit by bit we've started developing our plan. Please ensure all your lines are thin, continuous lines. Okay, by the end of today's class, you will realize that you only use thick, continuous lines when you've come to the end of the class, when you've come to the end of the drawing, and you've gotten the main shape. You only use thick, continuous lines for the visible part of the diagram, for the main object. When you want to cut out the main object, that's when you use thick, continuous lines, because the function of those thick, continuous lines is for visible outlines. Okay, but right now we are still constructing. Thin, continuous lines are called construction lines, and they're the kind of lines you use for this part of the class. So since you're using thin, continuous lines, always feel free to draw your lines to any convenient length. Now I've skipped 2 parts already, trying to explain some terms. So I've extended my 2 cm on my left hand side. So you have to bring down the 2 cm line. You have to draw a horizontal line on both ends of the 2 cm line on the plan. Okay, so once you do that, you have to now draw a 2 cm line on the right hand side.
So once you do that, you join it to the 2 cm line on the left hand side, just the way I did. So you need to be watching the video, and at the same time be doing your own drawing. So if you follow it step by step, you realize that everything is very, very easy. So please don't try to like watch the video and draw later. Try to watch it and draw simultaneously. Okay, now you realize that I've marked out my 4 centimeter mark on my new vertical line. That's on the left hand side of the 2 centimeter line on the plan. Yes, so on the plan you just have to mark out 4 cm for the new line you drew. So bit by bit, so bringing out the main shape, we're working on the plan and working on the rear and front elevation simultaneously. So on the 4th cm mark, draw a horizontal line across to any convenient length. Okay, so this is something I've tried to emphasize on already. Always try to draw your lines to any convenient length. Since you're using thin continuous lines, there are lines you can easily erase without doing much damage to your work. There are lines that even if you leave them after finishing your work, they don't really matter. So you have to now join the lines just like just as shown. So please be doing your own work as you watch the video. And remember, practice makes perfect. Alright, so we've done most part of the work already. The next thing is for you to taking out the outline of the box. Okay, the initial box we drew, now taking out the outline just the way I did. Please don't take out the entire outline, just follow my steps and taking out only the part I taken out, okay, because there's some parts you still have to erase at the end of the diagram. So hope you can see the diagram clearly. So at the start of the class, I indicated the plan, the rear elevation, the front elevation. So once you are done with the video, you can confirm to see how the plan, the rear elevation, the front elevation, actually related, and how you can cut them out just from drawing a box. So the main, the last step now is to just cut out the main object using thick continuous lines as shown. Okay, so you have to watch the way I'm cutting out my own diagram, because we've done the hard part. Is just for us to carefully bring out the main diagram now. So you just bit by bit follow my lead. Okay, so you have to take in that one out too. Just taking that one out too. Okay, remember, thick continuous lines now. Please only use thick continuous lines at the end of your drawing, and only use them for the main object. Okay, you can see the main object is coming out now. Okay, just a few more minutes and we're done. Remember, this might take you a lot of time, but practice makes perfect. The more you practice, the better you get. Remember, isometric drawing is that type of pictorial drawing projected at 30 degrees to the horizontal. So one last step, that is to thicken out your object using thick continuous lines. Okay, you can see the main diagram coming out. This is not really a step anyways. I couldn't really find a befitting name to give the diagram, so I just did the step. But anyways, the idea is to learn how to draw this particular object in isometric drawing. Okay, and remember in my previous classes I stated that you can use two methods, or I use two methods. One is the drawing of a box method, which we are using right now. So you have to draw a box, then cut out the main object, or the alternative to that is for you to use your front elevation and draw the entire diagram. Okay, so I'll be dropping more videos on that, using your front elevation to draw an object. Okay, so you soon have a better view of it. So yes. So the next thing for us now to do is to erase the needless part of the diagram. So you just have to carefully erase the parts we don't need anymore. Okay, we're back. So it's time for us to now erase the parts of the diagram we don't need and to write our specification. Okay, I just want to thicken out my diagram a bit more. Okay, just thicken out the diagram a bit more, because this is the part where you have to use a thick continuous line. This is when you have to really show the diagram. So okay, gently erase the needless part of your work, and you are done. You know, for erasing the needless part, you don't have to erase everything, just some of the needless parts. Yeah, and this is how the diagram looks like. Next part is for you to just write your specification. Okay, the 2 cm, the 6 cm, horizontal side, the vertical side. Just taking out your diagram a bit more, and you write your specification. That's all for the class. That's all for the drawing. That's all for the class. So thank you very much for watching. Please, if you have any questions, don't forget to send in. Please just send me a mail at yarorockbauer@gmail.com. yarorockbauer@gmail.com. And you can also leave comments. Drop your questions as a comment. I'll do my best to attend to them. So yeah, and here we go, the complete diagram. Finally, the finished work. Alright, thank you guys. Have a nice day.